So find a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana, if that's a nice way to sit, but really any seat that allows you to sit up nice and tall. And then just take a second to come to your comfortable seat, let your shoulders soften down. Maybe just for a moment, close your eyes and just right away check in with your physical body. As you take a second to just notice your physical body, see if there's any place that needs a little extra readjust, a little wiggle so that you feel really nice and comfortably seated. And then once you feel like you've kind of got all of that worked out, we're just going to take a second to tune into our posture. So if there's this slight forward leaning of your head and your heart, which is generally the way that I tend to sit in just sort of a natural stance, see if you can bring it back just a little bit so that your head, your heart, and your hips are in line. And then once you feel like you're there, we're going to pull the chin in. So we're going to imagine that we're making a little tiny double chin. So we're going to pull the chin down and back and then hold it just for a second and then relax that. Pull the chin down and back and then relax that. And then just do that one more time. Pull the chin down and back. Feel the muscles in the back of the neck and the shoulder in between the shoulder blades, possibly hold it just for one more moment. And then release that. And now we're going to float the arms up like we're going to cactus or goalpost arms, but we're going to pull the hands back, and I'm just going to turn sideways. So instead of pulling the elbows back and trying to get that little squeeze, we do want to line the elbows in line with the shoulders, but now we want to imagine that we're trying to pull the hands back. So imagine that somebody's giving you a big high five with your palms, and your palms are getting pushed back. So we want to feel that nice bit of rotation, and then hold it there for a second. Find that little bit of stress in the upper back body and up in the shoulder blades. Take one more moment, just pulling those hands back just as far as they'll go. And then relax that position, float your hands down, keep that upright posture, head, heart, hips in line. Come back to closing your eyes down, take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. And then hopefully here you're breathing in through your nose and out through your nose if you find that's available. And then just for a moment, we're just going to keep breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Pay attention to where in your body you feel the physical action of breath. So do you notice movement of breath in your belly? Do you notice movement of breath in your rib cage? Do you notice movement of breath in your shoulders? And more specifically, if you notice as you breathe that your shoulders are lifting up and lowering down, can you keep your shoulders anchored and try to position yourself so that the breath is coming a little bit more into the chest cavity or the lungs and the rib cage? And then just for a moment here, as you're just noticing the physical action of breath, take your awareness right up to your nostrils and notice if you're breathing more predominantly through one nostril than the other. If you're feeling like there's one nostril that's a little bit congested, and there's no right or wrong. You might be breathing freely through both sides, but if not, can you tune in and notice which side is a little bit more congested or a little bit more closed off? And then just in order to create sort of a clear passageway for our square breathing, we're going to close off the nostril that felt a little bit more congested. So for me, that was my left, which is going to look like your right. So I'm going to pinch off my left side. You pinch off the side that felt a little bit more congested, and we're just going to breathe in about 5 cycles of breath through that open side. So soft gaze or close your eyes. It just breathe in and out through that open side of your nostrils. Take one more cycle of breath here. And then as you release your thumb or release that closed side, we're going to breathe in through both nostrils best we can and bring it right into your square breathing. So you're going to breathe in for a count of 4. You'll retain the inhalation for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. Retain your exhale for a count of 4, but without gasping for air, you're going to breathe in for a count of 4. Hold the breath for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold the exhale for 4. And then you're just going to take that at your breath's rhythm. So your count is going to be what feels the best to you. Keeping that count of breath going, but now see if you can focus or concentrate the breath into the rib cage area. So we want to breathe front to back, side to side into the rib cage, breathing in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, retain the exhale for a count of 4. Going for about 3 more cycles of breath, but now here, can you gently press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, like you're trying to suction your tongue flat against the soft palate of your mouth. Keep everything else going. So we're breathing in through the nose for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, retain the exhale for a count of 4, breathing into the rib cage, pressing the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Take one more cycle through. And then when you're ready, you're going to come back to a natural cycle of breath. Bring your hands to your belly. Take a nice full breath in. Feel that gentle movement of breath in your abdomen. Slide your hands up. Find the sides of your ribs. Take a nice big breath in. Feel that movement of breath in your rib cage. One hand is going to come to the front of the heart space, one to the back of the heart space. You're going to slide that hand back between the shoulder blades. Take a nice full breath in, breathing into the rib cage. Switching that hand hold, so switch so the other hand comes into the space between the shoulder blades, the other hand stacked on top of the heart. Once you're there, come back to that breath, breathing into the rib cage, front to back, side to side. Nice full breath in. Nice. Keep that hand on your heart, the hand that's between the shoulder blades. Slide that hand forward, stack it on top of the heart. Trap that skin and connective tissue. Draw a couple of gentle circles, go in one direction. So we're taking that skin and moving it with the hands. Circle in one direction. And then when you're ready, take your hands, circle them the other way. Nice. And then keep your hands trapped on your heart. We're going to move up into the head and the neck. As you inhale, lift your chin up towards the sky. Feel that little stretch or that pull in the neck and the chest skin. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin down towards your chest. Inhale and lift your chin up. Exhale, tuck your chin down. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale, tuck your chin down. Stay here for just a moment and set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never doing anything in your practice that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. And with that intention set, hands are going to reach towards the kneecaps. Move right into a seated cat-cow from here. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, arch your back. Exhale, round your back, round your shoulders, tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Take about 3 more cycles of breath, just moving at a pace and a rhythm that feels good to you. Take one more cycle of breath and then find your way into a nice tall neutral spine. Left hand's going to touch down to the ground, right hand's going to reach up, and we're going to take some dynamic side bends. So we're just going to float from side to side. Try to keep your sits bones nice and heavy and anchored on the ground. You don't have to go full tilt. You can just find a little opening through the side body and then take it right over to the other side. But as you do this work here, notice the sides of your ribs, notice your shoulders. Nice. Take one more time through or even yourself out. And then once you've completed both sides, we're going to swim both hands behind the back with a nice tall lifted chest. So tall fingers, squeeze between the shoulder blades, lift your chest, lift your chin, open up through that front chest space and the collarbones. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then we're going to take it into an easy seated forward fold. So we're going to slide those hands forward, hinge from your waist, bring your heart forward just enough so that you feel a little sensation maybe in your glutes, your butt muscles, the outer edges of your hip or in your low back. And then once you feel like there's just a little bit of a gentle stretch, take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. Walk yourself back up nice and slow. Lean back into your sits bones. We're just going to switch the cross in our legs. So we're going to switch that crisscross, reset yourself. And sometimes just simply switching the cross in our legs feels a little awkward to the knees or to the hips. So give it a second to find its way there. And then walk yourself back out to that fold. Take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. Great, and then walk yourself back up. Now, if you're wearing glasses, I'll say take them off and place them just somewhere safe where you have access to them. We're gonna fire up our hands, get the hands nice and good and warm. And then once you feel like your hands are nice and good and warm, we're gonna take the heels of the hands to the eyes. So we're just gonna gently press the heels of the hands into the eyes, let your head bow forward a little bit. Take 3 nice deep breaths. We're going to stick with the left hand. We're going to release the right hand away and lift your head up just a little bit. Now we're going to take the heel of the left hand and move it up to the eyebrow. So we're going to push gently into the eyebrow and upward, like you're trying to lift your eyebrow up slightly with the heel of your hand. And then once you've got that upward lifted eyebrow situation, now we're going to rapidly blink both eyes about 10 times. So you're just going to give 10 good rapid blinks. And then when you're ready, release your hand from that eyebrow. We're going to take it to the other side. So the hand is going to push gently in and up. So we lift the eyebrow slightly up and away from the lid crease. And then once you've got that lifted position, rapidly blink your eyes about 10 times. Nice. And then when you're ready, both heels of the hands back to the eyes, gently rest your eyes. Take 3 nice deep breaths. Gently lift your head up away from the heels of your hands, grab your glasses, put them back on if you took them off. And now we're going to crisscross our arms at the chest. So just give yourself a nice little hug and then rotate to one side, just as far as you can go using the control of the muscles in your core and in your center. Twist just a little bit, nice active twist. And then when you're ready, release and take your twist over to the other side. Beautiful. And then return to center and then just switch the cross in your arms. The other hand is on top, giving you a nice little hug, and then come back to that rotation. Twist to one side just as far as your muscles can control. Awesome. And then release and take your twist over to the other side. Beautiful. And then release your hand hold, moving back into that twist to that original side. So right hand's going to find the left knee, left hand behind. And now we're going to leverage a little bit into the twist. So we're going to let our hands help us get into a deeper position with that twist. And then once you feel like you're there, the hand that's holding onto the knee, that hand is going to stay there. But the hand that is behind you is going to release from the ground, reach over and across. See if you can find the side of your ribs still leveraging against that knee. So you're in that nice deep twist. And then take a second to come back to your breath. Breathe nice and deep into your rib cage, into your lungs. Now we're going to take 3 little dippy side bends. So you're going to keep your hand on your rib, like you're trying to take your right shoulder toward your left knee. So you're going to take a little dip of that shoulder towards the knee, bring it back up with control, take a little dip of the shoulder, bring it back up with control. Nice. One more time, just like that. Take a little dip of the shoulder. Beautiful. Bring it back up with control and then release. Take your rotation all the way over to the side. Find that nice, good leverage twist, getting into it as far as feels good to you. And then that back hand is going to release. We're going to stay leveraged against the knee. Reach that hand over and across. Find your rib cage. Take a second to come back to your breath. Breathe into your rib cage. Nice deep breath. Beautiful. And then take those 3 little dips. Dipping your shoulder towards your knee. Bring it back up. Dip your shoulder towards your knee. And bring it back up. Nice. One more time, just like that. Dip. Bring it back up. Rotate to center. Both hands behind the back. Nice tall fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Lift your chest. Lift your chin. Take a nice full breath in. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully bring yourself to a tabletop position. So come on to all fours. If you've got any props that you like to use, cushion your knees or cushion your wrists, take a second to get yourself set up. And then once you feel like you're in a nice tabletop that feels good to you, we're just going to focus down at our hands. So we're going to pick up just both thumbs. Thumbs are going to give 5 good taps on the ground. So we're going to tap, 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 tap the thumbs on the ground. And then set your thumbs down. Pick up your index fingers. Just the index fingers are going to tap, 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 tap on the ground. And then let your index fingers touch down, lift the middle fingers, tap, tap, tap your middle fingers. That might be a little bit more challenging. And then middle fingers on the ground, pick up your ring fingers, just the ring fingers, tap, tap, tap the ring fingers. That's probably going to be the most challenging. Ring fingers down, pinky fingers up, and just tap the pinky fingers. And then all fingers on the ground, and we're going to take our table and draw it in circles. Circle in one direction. Circle the other way. When you're ready, come back to center, move right into a cat-cow. Drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Round your back, round your shoulders, look towards your belly button. Drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Round your back and gaze towards your navel. One more time. Drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Round your back. Find a neutral spine, slide the right leg back, toes curled under, take about 3 rocks forward and back just to bring a little length into the back of the leg. We are going to come back to this leg, but when you're ready, slide that foot and switch right over to the other side. Left leg is going to slide back, toes curled under, take a couple of gentle rocks forward and back. Nice. And then when you're ready, slide that leg in, both sets of toes curled under, pull your butt back towards your heels. And bring your shoulders back in line with your wrists. And take about 3 more just like that, bringing the butt back towards the heels and shoulders back. Nice. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, as you come back up to your tabletop position, you're going to release your left toe, slide the right leg back, keeping the toes curled under. But now we're going to take that foot and draw some circles with the ankle. So you're going to circle around with that foot, circle in one direction. Beautiful. And then take that foot and circle it the other way. Nice. And then let the foot circles come to stillness. Shoulders are going to come in line with the wrists. Engage your abdominal muscles. Lift that right leg up, straight out from the hip. Firm up your abdomen, broaden your shoulders, and then left hand, opposite foot. Left hand is going to reach out, gazing down at the floor. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Beautiful. Gently release that all down. We're going to slide the left leg back, toes curled under. Circle your ankle. Circle in one direction. And then when you're ready, circle your ankle the other way. Beautiful. Circles come to stillness. Lift that leg to hip height. Firm up your abdomen. Broaden your shoulders. Once you've got that leg nice and solid, right hand is going to extend out. Gaze down at the floor. Awesome. With control, release it all back down. Move right into scrape the peanut butter jar. Drop your belly. Pull the ribs over to one side. Round the back. Pull the ribs over to the other side. Drop the belly down and then just smooth that out. Take about 3 more circles in this direction. Excellent. And then when you're ready, circle the other way. Beautiful. One more circle around. And then as you find that neutral spine, we're going to keep our hips in line with the knees, move right into puppy pose or heart melting pose. Walk your hands towards the front edge of your mat. Let your chest and your forehead melt down. Take 3 nice breaths in this nice soft configuration, and then we'll add some strength in. Keeping this puppy pose position, but now we're going to add that bit of strength. So we're going to imagine that we're pulling the backs of our ribs up towards the ceiling. So we're going to pull the abdominal muscles up, pull the backs of the ribs up like you're reaching your backs of your ribs up towards the ceiling. Feel that nice broadness and strength in the upper body, and then relax your chest back down. And then we're going to do that again. Pull the abdominal muscles up. Imagine you're pulling the backs of your ribs up towards the ceiling. Feel that nice broadening of the back body. And then when you're ready, release. And then just do that one more time. Pull the abdomen up. Broaden through the back of the body, feel the rib cage expand. And then when you're ready, relax, release, walk your hands back into a tabletop position, big toes together, knees to the outer edges of your mat. Come to extended child's pose. Pull your butt back toward your heels. Give a second to get everything to a nice comfortable position. And then if it feels available, elbows on the ground, prayer hands behind the head. Before we move away from this place, take one more moment to see if you can just tune into the back of the rib cage, slightly below the shoulder blade area, but just tune in and see if you can notice and feel the physical action of breath in that space of your body. Nice. And then when you're ready, if you've got those prayer hands behind the head, go ahead and gently release them down. Lift your butt up away from your heels, walk your knees back in so they're about hip width distance apart. And then once you found your way there, both sets of toes curled under, pull your butt back towards your heels, hang out here, take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. And then we're going to keep our butt back towards our heels, but start to peel your knees up away from the floor. Lift your knees, lift your butt, and start to float up into your downward facing dog. And then once your butt's way up in the air, start to pedal out your legs. Bend one knee and press into the opposite heel. Nice. Take one more pedal of each leg. We're going to come back through table, but right foot's going to step forward right away. So we're going to set ourselves up into a 90-90 lunge. Step your right foot forward. Once you've got your legs in that 90-90, lift up, and we're going to take it right into a twist. So left hand's going to find the outer edge of that right knee, leverage against that knee. Right hand to the hip, rotate to the right just as far as feels good, and see if you can look over your back shoulder. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release, unwind. Hands are going to find the ground. Step the right foot back to your tabletop position. Left foot's going to step forward, and we're going to take that right to the other side. So find that 90-90, rotate to the left, leverage against that knee, look over your back shoulder best you can. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, release, unwind, hands to the ground, slide that leg back. Both sets of toes curled under, peel the knees up, lift up into your down dog. Take a pedal or two of each leg, but then when you're ready, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a nice soft ragdoll fold at the top of the mat. So feet slightly wider, maybe about shoulder distance apart, big, giant, generous bend in the knees. Let your torso hang nice and heavy here. And if it feels good, grab hold of your elbows. Take about 2 more cycles of breath, getting as heavy as you can in your spine. If you're holding onto your elbows, go ahead and release your fingers to the floor, and then we're going to walk our hands up to the shins. Then you're going to push gently into the shins, like you're going to try and make that nice half forward fold, straighten the spine as much as you can. Soften your elbows, Walk your hands up over the kneecaps. Once you found the tops of your thighs, push gently into your thighs, lengthen through your spine, making a nice little 7 shape with the body, and then soften a little bit more. Now we're going to sink into that little bit of a squatty position, and we're going to do our Uddiyana Bandha. So we're going to get that vacuum suck in the belly. So sink into your legs just a little bit so they help support. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, suck the belly in, hold that vacuum suck belly, hold it just for a moment, and then without having to gasp for air, release the abdominal muscles. Inhale, take a full breath. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, suck your belly in. Hold that for a moment. When you're ready, release the abdominal muscles. Take your inhale. Exhale. At the end of your exhale, suck the belly in. Hold it for a moment. Release the abdominal muscles, take an inhale, push firm into your feet, rise up to a standing position, and then just take a second to find your way into your mountain pose. Readjust your clothes, readjust yourself as needed, and then find that standing position nice and tall at the top end of your mat. Hands down at your sides, and then we're just going to come back to an awareness of our posture. So we're going to lean forward, do that little Tin Man move where you lean forward just a little bit so the weight is in the toes and the balls of the feet, and then bring it back just so that you feel the hamstrings kick on it, almost like you're trying to catch yourself from your fall. Lean forward just a little bit, feel the weight in the toes and the balls of the feet. Lean back just a little bit, feel the backs of the legs kick on. Lean forward just a little bit, lean back just a little bit, and then bring it to that center position and take it into that side to side sway. So you're bringing your weight just slightly into the blade edge of your foot. Beautiful. One more little sway side to side and then come to center so that head, heart, hips and heels are all in line. And then once you feel like you're there, ground your shoulders down, palms facing forward or palms facing in. That's just whatever feels the most comfortable in your shoulders. Once you feel like you found this nice, good, solid stance, we're going to come back to our breath awareness. So breathe in through your nose, fill your rib cage up. Nice, big, expansive breath. Nice, slow breath out. 2 more cycles of breath, just nice, intentional breaths here. Fill the rib cage up. Beautiful. When you're ready, inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold down to the ground. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften all the way down, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders around, down and back. We'll do that again. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll on up to standing, roll the shoulders around, down and back. One more time through like that. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, bend your knees, pull the abdominal muscles in, roll up to standing. We're going to float the arms up into cactus or goalpost arms. And then we're going to do that again where we want to imagine somebody's giving you that high five and you're trying to pull the hands back. Do that nice little bit of work in the shoulder, going back as far as you can allow. Take one more moment. And then when you're ready, release, float your hands behind the back, interlace the fingers here, draw the knuckles down towards the heels, pull the arms slightly away from the back of the body, open up through the chest, lift your chin, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Release your chin to a neutral position, release your hands back to mountain pose. And now we're going to kick it into high gear with our flow. So just take a second to tune in, notice how your body's feeling. And when you're ready, inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold, knees bent or straight, totally up to you. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right leg back to a 90-90 lunge. We're going to bring that right knee down to the ground, square up your lunge, lift your torso right into a twist. Right hand's going to find the left knee, left hand to the hip, look over the back shoulder, take one good breath. Release that rotation, float your hands down to the ground. We're going to slide the right leg a little further back so we find our way into a runner's lunge, lifting the back knee up, lift your heart, lift your gaze, take a breath. Plant your palms, step back to a plank. Once you found that plank position, nice and solid here, broaden your shoulders just for a second, push into your heels, take one moment to find that strength. And then when you're ready, release your knees, gently lower onto your belly, into drunken serpent. So we're going to take our hands off the edges of our mat, nice tall cupcake hands or piano fingers. Inhale, lift your heart nice and high. Exhale and lower down. Right shoulder up and back. Inhale, lift the right shoulder and look over. Exhale to lower down. Take it to the left. Inhale, lift and look over. Exhale to lower down. Back to center. Inhale, lift your heart up nice and high. Exhale to lower down. Slide the hands in, curl the toes under. Either power up to a plank or find your way up to a tabletop position, and then make your way to downward facing dog in the way that makes sense to you. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold, knees bent or straight, just whatever feels better in your body. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back to that 90-90 lunge. So we gently bring that knee down to the ground, lift the torso away from the thigh, take it right into a rotation. Left hand to the right knee, look over the back shoulder. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, release. Hands are going to float down to the ground. We're going to curl the back toes under and pick that back knee up. So we float through our runner's lunge, look forward, take a breath. Plant your palms, step back to a plank. Pause in your plank position. Beautiful. Gently bring the knees down, lower onto your belly with control, right into drunken serpent. Hands off the edges of your mat. Inhale, lift your heart up nice and high. Exhale and lower down. Take it to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Take it to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower down, back through center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down, slide your hands in, either power up to a plank or take it through your tabletop, and then find your way up to downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold. Inhale to half forward fold, keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up, grab that imaginary beach ball above your head. Exhale, twist, rotating to the right, right hand reaches back, look to that right hand. Inhale, arms come up and overhead, grab that beach ball. Exhale, twist to the left, look to the left hand. Inhale, reach up, grab that beach ball, hips stay facing forward best we can. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. One more time through. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up, grab that imaginary beach ball. Exhale, sink into a chair. And now we're going to take a light twist in our chair. So left hand's going to reach towards or over and across the side of the right knee. Right hand is going to reach back, rotate just a little bit, look towards that back hand. Beautiful. Release and take it over to the other side. Right hand's going to reach over and across. Left hand's going to reach back, look to the left hand. Release, both hands are going to grab that beach ball. Take one more moment in your chair, nice and strong. Then as you exhale, we're going to fold our hands down towards the ground. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step both feet back to down dog. We're going to take a twist in our down dog. So anchor your arms or separate your feet just a little bit so you feel good and supported. Left hand's going to reach over and across towards the right shin. You're going to rotate, look under your armpit, take a breath. Beautiful. Release. Both hands on the ground, readjust anything that you need to, and then right hand's going to reach over and across. Find that rotation, look under the left armpit. Beautiful. Release that hand, float forward into a plank position. Bring your knees down. Gently lower onto your belly, bend both knees, and swish your heels a little side to side. Lovely. One more swish to the heels side to side, and then we're going to float the feet down. Arms are going to come out a little bit wider, like we're doing a little bit of a W shape with the arms, and take it right into scorpion twist. So we're going to lift the left leg up nice and high, like we're reaching the foot up towards the ceiling. Reach it over and across. Touch the right side of the floor. Bring it back in with control. And we're just going one time each side. So we're going to pick up the right leg nice and high, lift it up towards the ceiling, roll it over and across, touch that left side of the floor. Beautiful. Bring it back in, slide your hands in, either push your way up to tabletop or power up to a plank. Downward facing dog from there. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. We're going to bend the right knee. Left hand's going to touch down to the ground. Right hand's going to reach up towards the sky. Release that right hand down. Straighten your right leg. Bend the left knee. Left hand reaches up to the sky. Release that hand down. Bend both knees. Pull the abdominal muscles in. Roll up to a standing position. Roll your shoulders around, down and back. Pause in your mountain pose for a moment. Notice your body. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Nice. When you're ready, inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, stepping the right leg back to a nice low lunge. So we're going to step it back a little bit further or as far back as feels good to you. Those back toes tucked or released, just whatever feels more stable to you. Inhale, lift your arms up. Find that nice crescent lunge. From this lunge, right hand's going to find the left knee. We're going to rotate to the left, leverage into that twist just a little bit. See how that feels. Release just a little bit. Now we're going to bring the prayer hands to heart center and see how it feels to take the right elbow and clip it across that knee. So you're going to sink a little bit deeper into that twist, leverage against that knee. Thumbs are going to try to reach towards the sternum. One more breath. And then gently release, float your hands down, frame the front foot. We're going to take 1/2 splits here. So just straighten that front leg as much as feels good. Rock yourself forward as you pick the back knee up through your runner's lunge. Plant your palms, step back to plank. Bring your knees down, gently lower onto your belly. Take one cobra here just as high as you like. Lift your heart up. Exhale up to down dog or through a table to down dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up and lift up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, low lunge. Bring the knee down, toes tucked or released. That's your choice. Inhale, lift your arms up. From here, we'll take it into our rotation. Left hand's going to find the knee, right hand to the hip. Rotate here, see how that feels. For some of us, it's mainly about proportions as to what feels good. So this might feel like a more accessible, breathable space. But if it feels good, we're going to play around. Release that rotation, prayer hands together. Left elbow is going to try to reach across, anchor against that knee. Rotate a little bit deeper, like you're bringing your heart toward your thumbs. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, with control, release, unhook that elbow, float your hands down, 1/2 splits just to bring a little length to the back of that front leg. Nice. Rock yourself forward as you curl the back toes under, pick your back knee up, float through that runner's lunge. Plant your palms, step back to plank. Bring your knees down, gently lower onto your belly. One cobra here, just as high as you like. Exhale up to down dog or through your table to down dog. Beautiful. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Grab that beach ball right away. Exhale, sink into your chair. Prayer hands to heart center. Left elbow is going to reach across, finding a little twist in our chair. So we're going to take that left elbow towards the right knee, rotate, heart towards the thumbs. Beautiful. Release that elbow, come through center, reset anything that you need to. But then when you're ready, take that right elbow across, anchor against that knee, rotate, heart towards the thumbs. Awesome. Release, come back to center, float your arms up, take that nice big breath. Exhale, take it into a forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step both feet back to down dog. Right leg is going to come up nice and high into three-legged dog. Bend the knee, let the hip roll open, take one big breath, and we're going to step that right foot through to the top of our mat so we find a nice low lunge by stepping the foot through. So step that foot as far forward as you can. Gently bring the back knee down, back toes tucked or release, just whatever feels more stable. Inhale, lift your arms up. Look to the sky. Prayer hands to heart center, or you're going to leverage your hands against your leg, whichever handhold felt better to you. Take it into the rotation that you like the best. If it feels good and you want that little challenge, you're going to curl the back toes under with control. Pick that back knee up, keeping that twist or rotation. Awesome. And then with control, gently release that knee back down. Unclip or unwind your twist, hands to the ground. Take 1/2 splits here. Pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. Lovely. Rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, pick the back knee up, and we're going to send that front leg back to three-legged dog. So plant your palms, slide that leg back, lift it up nice and high. Beautiful. Float that foot down with control. We're going to take that over to the other side. So left leg is going to lift up nice and high. Bend the knee, let the hip roll open. Step that left foot through to the top of your mat. Find that nice low lunge. Bring the back knee down, toes tucked or release, just whatever feels more comfortable. Inhale, lift your arms up. Prayer hands together or leverage against the knee. You're going to find the rotation that felt right to you. You might choose to stay here, but if you like that little challenge, you're going to curl the back toes under with control. Lift that back knee up. Beautiful. When you're ready, gently release that knee with control down to the ground. Unwind, hands find the ground, come back to half splits. Pull the hips back, peel the front toes up, make a little space through the back of that front leg. Beautiful. And then rock yourself forward, coming through runner's lunge. We're going to plant the palms, kick that front leg back to three-legged dog, send it up nice and high. Beautiful. With control, float that foot down to the ground. We're going to pick up the heels, lower the knees, right to extended child's pose, or the legs are going to get positioned for extended child's pose. So big toes together, walk your knees out nice and wide, draw your butt back toward your heels, but now we're going to thread the needle. So right hand is going to thread through, but we're going to keep a straight spine. So we're going to thread the right hand through, but keep your spine nice and straight and neutral. Sink your heart down. Take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. Gently press into the left arm to lift just slightly. Slide that right hand out, and we're going to switch to the other side. Left hand's going to slide through across the chest. Sink your heart down. Beautiful. Lift up just slightly so you can slide that hand up. And now we're going to keep our legs in that wide position. Lift your butt away from your heels, swing your toes out, and now we're going to take it into a wide puppy pose. So knees are nice and wide, hands are going to go nice and wide. So find the outer corners of your mat, nice wide knees, nice wide arms, drop your chest down, take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. Lift your torso up just a little bit. We're going to slide the hands in so we can come to a wide downward facing dog. So we're going to curl the toes under, lift your hips up nice and high. From this wide downward facing dog, left hand's going to reach over and across. Find the left shin or calf or the outside of the thigh, whatever handhold works good for you. Get a little rotation, look under the armpit, take a breath. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release. Find that nice wide position with the hands first. Right hand's going to reach over and across. Leverage against that leg. Look under your armpit. With control, release that hand. Look forward. Walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Keep a wide position with your hands. And then right away, we're going to sink into our little ball of yarn. So once your feet find the top end of your mat, float your butt down as your heels pick up, sink into that little ball, and then tuck your chin into your chest. So a nice little rounding through the back of the body. Take a nice full breath in. Slow breath out. We're going to come into cobbler's position from here, or butterfly pose, or Baddha Konasana. So sit onto your butt, bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. Find that nice seated position. And then when you're ready, keep a nice long spine, lean your heart forward just as far as feels good. Come up nice and slow. I'm going to turn myself around so I'm facing out, but you stay just as you are. We're going to swing the legs out to a nice wide configuration. Find that nice wide configuration with the legs, and that is going to look different on everybody. So don't worry about what how your shape looks so much as how your shape feels. We want to feel like our inner thighs can be slightly active, pinky toes pulling backwards just slightly. Walk yourself out just a little bit to a light, gentle fold, but the legs are still kind of active. And then once you feel like you found your way there, we're going to tune back into the breath. So we're going to pay attention to the breath in the rib cage. Breathe nice and deep into the lungs. Take one more breath. Walk yourself back up, and now we're going to take it into that revolved head to knee pose. So we're going to take the left elbow to the left inner thigh, leverage against the inner thigh so those bottom ribs pull forward, reach the top hand up, take a nice big side bend. We're reaching towards the toe, but it does not matter if you can touch your toe. With control, use those side body muscles, lift up nice and controlled and take it right over to the other side. So that right elbow is going to come to the inner thigh, leverage against that inner thigh, bottom ribs pull forward, top hand reaches up. Legs are still slightly active. Engage the side body, lift up with control, and then we're going to come right back to center. So walk back out, maybe coming just a little bit further than you went the last time. Once you're in that folded position, take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Come back up nice and slow and controlled. Grab the backs of the knees, bend your knees, help your legs come together. And then we're going to slowly and in control find our way down to the ground. So we're going to push our hands into the outsides of the thighs. Thighs are going to push out into the hands. We're going to create that resistance. Drag your hands with that resistance. So hands are pushing in, thighs are pushing out, abdominal muscles are engaged. Push in with the hands, push out with the legs. Control your roll all the way down to the ground. And then once you found your way down to the ground, give everything a second. Get yourself situated, make sure your clothes are in a good position, your hair is in a good position. And then once you feel like you're there, we're going to take it right into a figure four. So right leg is going to come across the left, and we're going to keep the left foot on the ground, and we're just going to rock that figure four. So we're going to dip the foot over to the left and then rock it all the way over to the right. Dip the foot all the way over to the left, rock it all the way over to the right. Dip it all the way over to the left, rock it all the way over to the right. And then as you come through center, you're going to pick the left leg up, thread your hands through, get a handhold that works good for you. Might be back of the thigh, might be top of the shin. Once you've got your way there, relax your shoulders, soften your abdominal muscles. Take one more breath. From here, we're going to release our handhold, slide your right leg across the left leg. You're crossing your legs in a chair. Now the knees are stacked. We're going to move the feet away from each other, re-grab the shins or the top of the feet. That's just going to be whatever handhold feels better to you. Draw the knees in, keep your head in a neutral position or looking up towards the ceiling. And then release just a little bit. Turn your head to the right, draw your knees in. And release. Turn your head to the left, draw your knees in. And release. Unwind your legs, float your feet down to the ground as the left leg comes across the right. So we're going to find that figure four with the right foot on the ground. Once you're there, arms in a wide position, tap your foot over to the right, and then bring that figure four over to the left. Bring that foot over to the right, and bring your figure four over to the left. Awesome. One more time through. Bring it over to the right. Bring it over to the left. As you come through center, lift your right leg up, thread your hands through, get the handhold that works the best for you. And then once you've got your handhold, draw it in, soften your shoulders, soften your abdominal muscles. Take one more breath. Release your handhold, slide your left leg across the right, like you're crossing your legs in a chair. So your knees are stacked. Re-grab either the shins or the top of the feet, whatever handhold works good for you. Bring the feet slightly away from each other as you pull the knees into your chest, but keep your head in a neutral position. And then release a little bit. Turn your head to the left, pull your knees gently in towards your chest. And release. Turn your head to the right, pull your knees gently in towards your chest. And release. Beautiful. Unwind your legs, pull the right knee into your chest as you let the left leg go nice and long. We're going to move right into a supine twist to finish. Take that right knee over to the left, over and across the body. Right arm opens out nice and wide. Get settled into that shape and then come back to your breath awareness. Notice the breath in your rib cage. With each exhale, can you get a little bit softer in this position? When you feel ready, pull the right knee into your chest, bring the left knee into meet, give a light little squeeze, and then hang onto your left leg. Let the right leg go nice and long. We're supine twist to the other side. So take that knee over and across the body. Let your left arm open out nice and wide. Maybe your head turns to the left. And then once you feel like you're in the position that feels nice to you, can you tune back in and find your breath awareness in your rib cage? When you're ready, gently pull your left knee into your chest, bring the right knee into meet, give yourself a light little squeeze and maybe a gentle rock side to side just to kind of soothe everything out. And then start to tune in and ask your body, where would be your best Shavasana? Would it feel good to come to constructive rest? Let the knees support each other, can be really nice and supportive to the low back. Would it feel good to have a little bit more hip action? Maybe take it into reclined cobbler's pose. This position, my preference would be to say, tuck some pillows around your thighs so it's restful and supportive and it's not just pulling against those muscles the entire time. Or maybe that more traditional shape and you walk your feet nice and long. So get yourself set up in a comfortable way. Once you feel like you've got your body in a reasonable position that feels comfortable and you can find a stillness that makes sense to you, maybe close your eyes down or just soften your gaze and allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you like. But if you feel called to do so, start to gently reawaken. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Invite any other gentle movement in that feels good to your body. As you find that gentle movement, maybe you start to deepen your breath. And then if it feels really great to do so, maybe you take it into a big good morning stretch. Stretch your legs long, reach your arms up and overhead, and just take a nice big giant breath back into your body. And then in your own way and at your own pace, find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Sukhasana, if that feels like a nice way to sit, but we do want to see if we can have access to the face and to the eyes again. So whatever seat allows you to sit comfortably and have access to your face. And then once you found your way there, if you're wearing glasses, go ahead and take them off for a second. We're going to fire up the palms again. So just bring your hands together, rub your palms together, create a little heat, little warmth, little friction. And then once you feel like your hands are nice and good and warm, we're going to place the heels of the hands back into the eyes. Gently rest your head down. Take 3 nice deep breaths. Gently lift up and away. We're going to keep the right hand connected. So heel of the right hand is now going to find the eyebrow. Push in and up. Find that nice position of the spine, that really good posture. And then once you've got your really good posture, the palm is pressing into the eyebrow in and up. Hold that elevated position with the eyebrow and then blink your eyes about 10 times. And then when you're ready, release that hand, take it over to the other side. Palm presses in and up. So we elevate the eyebrow. And then once you've got that elevated position, blink your eyes. Awesome. And then when you're ready, index finger, middle finger are going to find the temples. Draw a couple of gentle circles at the temples. Circle the other way. And then take it down where the cheek and the jawline meet, and then down the jaw, all the way down to your chin. And then once you've found your chin, bring those prayer hands together at heart center and Anjali Mudra, thumbs to sternum, bow your head to your heart. Take a moment here just to come back to that breath awareness. Breathe nice and deep into your lungs. Fill your rib cage up. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. Take another nice big inhale, maybe even allow your shoulders to tense up, scrunch up your face just a little bit. And then as you exhale, soften your face, soften your shoulders, and think about letting go of anything you're holding on to that won't serve you through the rest of your morning. And then when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. You guys are so amazing.